What is going on, Outlaws? Once again, Michael or Legacy Kill HD back with some breaking news coming directly from Rockstar Games this morning. They've added something to the features page. We obviously got the Vanderlyn gang last week. We broke down, discussed all of that. If you missed that video, make sure to check it out. But today we have the Frontier Cities and Towns, which pretty much concentrates on a lot of the locations that we're going to be exploring in just about 6 weeks. But if you're not already subscribed, consider doing so. Make sure to have notifications on. There's a lot to come, including hopefully that next gameplay video, maybe later this week. And make sure to join my Discord server. We discuss a lot about stuff like this over there, so make sure to go join. And nonetheless, let's break down what was revealed today. So first we have the Frontier Cities and Towns. Discover some of the towns dotted across the vast and varied landscape of Red Dead Redemption 2, from the forest of West Elizabeth to the mountains of Amberino to the plains of New Hanover to the swamps of Lemoyne. Now the interesting thing I do want to point out about this is that I think Rockstar is clearly not showing everything from the world of RDR2, namely like places that we saw in Red Dead Redemption like New Austin, possibly Nuevo Paraiso. So I think that'll be something that they wait until the last minute to reveal, or they don't reveal at all and just let us wander upon it, which would actually be really cool. So the first thing we have here is a picture of Valentine, the Heartlands, New Hanover. Now I do want to point out one thing. A lot of the locations again on that leaked map are further confirmed by this, but I do love this image. I kind of hope that this is how maybe a photo mode were to work, but very cool. And the description of Valentine, the Heartlands, New Hanover. A raucous, rough and tumble town in the Heartlands, Valentine's livestock auctions attract traders, ranchers, cowboys, gamblers, outlaws, and well, working girls from far and wide, all looking to make some money, raise some hell, and have a good time. We've seen Valentine a lot within the marketing thus far. Rockstar's kind of specifically put a lot of the footage and images just from that town, probably to keep free of spoiling a lot of the rest of the game, so we kind of know what Valentine is by now. But we do get some new images. We have Arthur, Dutch, and Karen. It looks like they're making off of a robbery, and we also have another image with Arthur just starting off a robbery, so just some very cool new images. But next we have is the Annesburg mine. We've seen some footage and some images from this location. It's the Annesburg's Roanoke Ridge, New Hanover. Again, another place that matches up with the leaked map. But this location is described as life isn't easy for the miners and their families in Annesburg, which has been providing coal up and down the Lenachihie River for almost a century. Working conditions are terrible for little pay, and many men have lost their lives down the pit. So this is more the poorer area of Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar Games has already described that there's going to be some clear differences within rich and poor sections, and I think you'll notice that within some of the locations that we're about to go over. But again, we just get some great new images, nothing too different. We have one image with Arthur Morgan and Javier Escuela. Again, not sure what they're doing, but they're right in Annesburg. And then we have Arthur Morgan interacting with an NPC. Not too much that you can make from these images, but again, some great new images, and it's great to see that Rockstar is delivering this. But the big one that I'm personally so excited to talk about, Saint Denis, Bayou, NWA, Lemoyne. And just from this one image, holy crap, this map is huge. We didn't really know how big Saint Denis was going to be, but it's wow. That's all I can really say from the start. But the description of Saint Denis, Bayou, NWA, Lemoyne, a key gateway into North America with a trade route that runs the length of the country. The bustling city of Saint Denis is a melting pot of cultures and people where businessmen, societals, sailors, laborers, beggars, and thieves all live side by side. And it's going to be the massive city of Red Dead Redemption 2. We know that for sure. And Rockstar's been very careful with what they've shown from this, but now we finally get a great look at it. It's inspired by New Orleans at the same time. It's going to be massive. There'll probably be a lot of places where you can rob, but there also will probably be a lot of law enforcement, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult than maybe something like the Annesburg mine or even a city like Valentine. Furthermore, again, we get some new images. We have Arthur Morgan. It looks like he's on that tram car. I believe that's a tram car. And it says the Cornwall City, and I can't really see what's at the end, but I'm guessing there's an inner city within St. Denis. But this image reminds me a lot of Battlefield for some reason. Maybe it's just because of the sparks of gunfire hitting the metal. And then we obviously have Arthur Morgan within one of the saloons. And it's interesting that he doesn't have any weapons on him. I wonder if that's going to be something that's required to go in some of these locations. But next we have is Mount Hagen, Grizzlies, Amberino, so it doesn't look like that's actually that desert location, but the mountains. It's one of the more well-known peaks in the snowy Grizzlies of Amberino. Mount Hagen towers above Lake Isabella to the west, and Beartooth back to the east, which provides the main pass through the western mountain range and joins up with the Dakota River further south. Again, some very cool new images that they added. It looks like we have a shootout in one of the first ones, and also you can see the blood, so some people have been saying the game's not going to be gory. No, it certainly is. And we obviously also see the gang traveling through the snow, and you can see the footprints that's left by the horses, that attention to detail that we love from Rockstar Games. But next we have is Rhodes, Scarlet Meadows, Lemoyne. Prim and proper on the surface, tensions and corruption run deep in the southern town of Rhodes, which for years has been caught in the crossfire between the Braithwaites and the Greys, two warring plantation families. Hopefully that's a quest line or something that we come upon. That'd be very cool to see Arthur Morgan have to take part in, maybe taking one or the other side. But again, we have Arthur robbing one of the banks. We obviously saw that within one of the special edition images, and we also have the gang entering into the town. We have Arthur, Micah, Sean, and then Bill Williamson without a beard, which I gotta say looks very weird. But next we have is Strawberry, Big Valley, West Elizabeth. Strawberry was little more than a small logging town until the arrival of its new mayor, an East Coast eccentric who is obsessed with transforming it into a cultural beacon for wealthy tourists, much to the bemusement of the locals. But not much can be added about these new images. We have Arthur Morgan and Mika Bell obviously rocking some dual-wielding revolvers, and then we have another image which looks very reminiscent to the one that was shown within our gameplay trailer back in August. Now the last one that was shown, which I think is very interesting, Lagras, Bayou, NWA, Lemoyne, and from this image we have the confirmation that yes, you can ride boats, and probably swimming is confirmed as well. It looks like there's going to be different boats that we can take around. We have a canoe, and then there's another one in the background which looks a lot bigger, so I find that very interesting. Lagras is a small remote settlement out in the swamps of Bayou, NWA, Lemoyne. The people of Lagras live self-sufficiently for the most part, making a little money here and there from fishing and acting as guides for travelers wishing to navigate the region. And again, we've seen this location before in some of the earlier trailers. We have Arthur Morgan trying to get through the bayou, and then if you look really closely in the background of this one image, you can actually see the alligators, those red eyes. Looks like they're just about to come upon Arthur and try to, attack him. I gotta say that this is kind of creepy, but it's also interesting because of the fact that whenever we're wandering around, it could just come out of the blue and scare the crap out of me. Or you. And then we obviously have Arthur Morgan. I think he's skinning an alligator, I believe. I can't really tell for sure. But either way, these were some great new images, some great new insight, and it seems like this is going to keep going up to release. There's still a lot of information and details for Rockstar to reveal, such as some of the new gameplay features, some of the antagonists and rival gangs, animal and wildlife, weapons, and so on and so forth. But this was definitely some great new images, but I think right now a lot of us want to see the next gameplay video. I'm hoping that what they did on Sunday, which was release a Grand Theft Auto Online update, was meant for this whole week to just be reserved for Red Dead information. We know that there's going to be some more covers coming from a few websites, one from Power Unlimited, and the official PlayStation magazine comes later, so I'm hoping that Rockstar gives some coverage to that, but also, again, the gameplay video. But make sure you are subscribed with notifications on, as I'll be breaking down all of that and everything to come. But yeah, I really do like what Rockstar Games revealed today. Obviously, they're being very careful with what they've shown. Even with some of the locations, they didn't reveal all of them. That was clear with no New Austin or Nuevo Paraiso, which have been teased somewhat within some of the other information that we've gotten. But even so, I really like these new images, and I certainly did like some of the information that was said about these places, and it's going to be fun to explore them when we do. But thank you for watching. Make sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video or found any informative value. And remember, outlaws for life.